honestly, I think I was thinking about where Superman lives. Superman, it sounds so silly. Hello friends, music enthusiasts, I am Matthew WIcklund, and today I'm going to show you how to write songs. I'm going to use an approach, a modal approach to songwriting. We will be looking at the song Ocean of Memories from the latest Ghost Ship Octavius record called Delirium. And really what I did is I used the Mixolydian Mode as a foundation to create the song. So I'll show you how I did that step by step. And I would encourage you to try these techniques at home. Try them yourselves, see what you can do with it. It's really quite simple and very effective. So this is one of many approaches to songwriting. But this is a very effective one, and it's one that's yielded great results for me. Anyway, check it out, have fun. So the entire melody that this is based on comes from the Mixolydian Mode, which is the fifth mode of a major key. If you don't know anything about theory, I would invite you to check out my website. Go to the blog section. There's a basic rundown of music theory. If you can grip what's there, you'll be able to understand kind of how to follow all of this stuff. It's not too scary. Don't be frightened by it. So that's actually how I came up with this song. I was messing around practicing the Mixolydian Mode. I thought it would be fun to write a song based in Mixolydian. I like the way it sounds. Well, what makes it unique or interesting? Well, it's the seventh note of this mode that makes it different. This one. When I say different, it makes it different than the major scale. It's a major sounding mode. It is kind of happy sounding because of its major third interval, this one. But it has the flat seventh in it, minor seventh, which makes it sound sort of dreamy and different. I'll play it back to back. I'll play the major scale first, which is the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, or la, ti, do, that most people are familiar with. That sound anyway. Okay, Mixolydian, when compared to that, is one note that's different, the seventh note. That's it. This is Mixolydian now. Now Ionian, or the major scale. Back to Mixolydian. So the first thing I did is, well, I was able to say, okay, my melody is going to come from that scale, all right? Okay, cool. Now I need to know what chords could I use. That's pretty simple to figure out. Take the scale, you take the first, third, and fifth notes. 1, 3, 5. The positions of F sharp, A sharp, and C sharp. Those are chord tones, they're called. If I play those notes together, I get a chord. I can't play them at the same time on two strings because that's kind of impossible. But I can move them around onto other strings, play those same pitches throughout different octaves, and I get major. Now if I play that chord along with the notes from that scale, they go together perfectly because the chord itself came from that scale. So I could use that in a song. You might have noticed I was strumming in threes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Swing time. I picked that just for fun because I thought the feeling of the mode was it's a little happy, a little dreamy, so I thought, well, let's make it dance a little, swing. Why not? Why not? In songwriting, you have to go with these feelings when they come to you. Just sometimes they're perfect. You know, don't second guess everything. Like, yeah, okay, swing time, cool. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Well, let's do it. You start recording your ideas. So I got my first chord and I got my scale. And believe it or not, I'm well on my way to making a song just already. I've got my mode, so I know kind of where I sit in what key, and I know what my first chord. Well, let's take a couple more chords. Basically what I did is I just looked for the chords in the key that would fit around this one, like directly connecting on either end. If I go up diatonically to the next mode in sequence, since I know my theory, and you can read about it on my website, the next one after Mixolydian is the natural minor scale, or Aeolian. Starts on the next note. In this case, it would start on G sharp. And it would sound like this. Do the same thing. I find notes 1, 3, and 5. And those are my chord tones, and it creates a minor chord. In this case, G sharp minor. Now I got 2 chords I can play with. Let's just go the other direction and figure out what's down there. It's pretty easy. The next diatonic chord and mode in sequence of this way, lower in pitch, is going to be from the Lydian mode. Down a full step. The scale itself that creates the chord E major from its first, 3rd, 5th intervals. I stopped there. I was like, those 3 chords are going to be my chorus. Now how do I play them together? Well, I didn't exactly stop there. I thought, okay, I have 3 chords, just super easy, obvious choices that I can play with, and let's play them in sequences and see what we come up with. Chord 1, F sharp major, and then the first time through I went down in pitch. I went to the E major, and then up to G sharp minor. Then I repeat the chords in a slightly different sequence. I go back to F sharp major. And then I just flipped the order of the last 2 chords. So I went to G sharp minor, and then to E major to finish. And I thought that would make a nice sounding resolve. And it did. Put it all together like this. This is where I started trusting my ears. I thought, I just felt some kind of urge to go minor there. Now that's something that's hard to explain. I don't know why, but I just felt it. I wanted the mood to drop, to go sad. Well, that's easy to do. you drop the third of the chord and all of a sudden you're in a different place. Minor, seven, and it sounds cool. It's very easy to pivot to new places this way. It's a good trick. So I thought, well, okay. So I got this. Then I repeated it major, like, then minor. Then I went major, back home, then into the rush chord. But I thought, if I stay down here with the rush chord, let's just call it the rush chord, or the Alex Lifeson chord, I think. Anyway, this one, I thought, well, let's make it stand out a bit. How can I do that? What if I move it up an octave and then turn the distortion off, go to clean tone? Really, that's going to take me into a different place, different enough to make it sound, to highlight there's a change in the music. If I kept the distortion on and kept it in the same place, the change would be maybe less interesting. So, move it all the way up here. So I started playing around with it, just picking around the notes, arpeggiating this chord. And I ended up just playing the high ones. I don't know why, it just ended up happening that way. I mean, those are all the notes I need to really outline that sound. And I think that sounds cool up there. I like the way that it separates. The intervals are bigger, it's cool. So, some of the intervals are bigger anyway. So I did that. And then I didn't overthink it. I thought, well, let's just pick around through this chord and see, I don't know, see what happens. And this is what happened. I'm still thinking in terms of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? Okay, somewhere along the lines I did that little double up thing. I went, that. And I thought that was cool. I thought that was catchy, like a little hook. And so I stuck with it. It was kind of just by chance that happened. Just free thinking, playing loosely. So I liked that. I stuck with it. But it needs to change. So this is really what I was thinking when I did that. I thought, well, let's kind of keep the same form, but move one of the notes, see what we get. I kind of thought this could go lower. Still sounds cool. So you see what I did? I'm just barely changing one thing, just to kind of navigate into a new direction. But I feel like it needs something more. So I thought, well, let's kind of melodically introduce something here. That's kind of cool, right? And I double that kind of pattern again. Now I'm using a familiar rhythmic sequence to introduce a melodic movement, right? Repetition is key. Repeat rhythmic things in little pieces as much as you can. It makes it catchy. It's pretty simple, right? So sounds like a good place to start over, to me. That's it. Now I can go back to the chorus. I mean, it's ready. It's ready to pivot back. It's that simple. I think I decided there I wouldn't immediately just just go back to the heavy guitars and everything. Like, you know, let's ease into it. Use other instruments. And I ended up using keyboards, basically orchestration, synthesizers, pianos, other softer kinds of sounds. Because at this point I had determined that it was kind of dreamy sounding, and I was imagining some kind of like icy, honestly, I think I was thinking about where Superman lives. Superman, it sounds so silly. Superman's home in the Arctic, when I was a little boy, I watched Superman movies, and I remember he lived in this, like, these crazy angular ice caves. And I don't know, it just kind of popped into my imagination when I was writing this. And Ghost Ship is all about ice and stuff, so I think allowing myself to dream about this location and to enter that like creative space, it really helps when you're writing. When you're trying to paint a picture or something, or you have an idea about how you're molding something, I think it can guide your decisions. And sometimes I do silly stuff like that. I mean, I thought, let's think about that picture and make that with sound. So I created this dreamy sort of atmosphere, and in using different instruments can really highlight that, like pianos. And I think I used ice bells, they were called. I mean, I wanted an icy sound, so I go on my computer and I start typing in ice in the instrument search, ice bells. Let's do it. Well, it turned out it was perfect. So I just took the same notes, same chords. I just arpeggiated those same 3 chords from the chorus, and I played this melody in Mixolydian, which is just straight out of the scale. Yeah. So that was the first melody, and that was taken by the piano and the bells and whatnot. And then there's this guitar lead over the top that's almost the same. Just change it a little bit for fun. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope that was informative, inspiring perhaps. I'd love to see what you can do with the information, so please let me know in the comments what you think. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And please hit the subscribe button down below. And I think ring that little bell, all that fun stuff. And I will see you next time. Bye. Coming back to here, convinced they are bound to this place.